Hello and welcome to Khan Smash, your one-stop shop for all things PlayStation. If it's PlayStation you're after, hit subscribe to stay updated on all the major updates to PS5 that other channels might miss out on. Now today's a wee bit different. With PS5 coming out in the next few weeks and pretty much next week in the States, I want to talk about something close to me, and that is, has the video game industry lost its heart? Now what do I mean by this? I mean that with the advancement in tech and the stress on release of AAA games, it has significantly slowed down the volume of excellent games coming through per console. Again, this can be confusing, so I'll give you an easy way to understand this. We had 3 installments of Grand Theft Auto on PS2, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. Now I know the technical differences between the 3 aren't super big, but each installment is still visibly better than the last, and each one has significant poured into it by Rockstar. Now, as we move on to the PS3, we see that the rate has slowed down with only 2 additions, GTA 4 and GTA 5. Then moving on to the PS4, we actually see no further GTA releases, instead just iterations on the existing GTA 5 remaster. Now I understand that Rockstar concentrate on the epic Red Dead 2 for PS4, but should this be acceptable? Does this mean we're only going to get one Rockstar game for PS5? And it's not just Rockstar, of course, to pick on. We've seen it with other companies like Konami, Santa Monica Studios, and Naughty Dog, for example. Looking at Santa Monica, we see that God of War was released every few years on PS2 and PS3 from 2005 to 2013, with a big gap occurring all the way up until God of War PS2 dropped in 2018. Now that's 5 years. Now looking at GTA again, it looks like we might get one for PS5, which is great. Can't wait. But does this mean no more Red Dead games or alternative IPs coming in this time? So you're telling me this is going to take another 5 years to release and then no more installments? Now I understand canonical story games might not need extra bits added to the story, like Metal Gear Solid for example, but gaming companies are investing so much money into one idea, typically a sequel, it's unlikely that we get delivery of new refreshing IPs at a decent rate. Even looking at Kojima, he's been working almost solidly throughout the life cycle of PS4, and he's produced only 2 games, Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid 5. And yes, they're good games, but where's the next one, and will it take another 4 or 5 years to drop? Why can't we live in a world where this takes a year or 2 and we get a higher frequency of quality games and new IPs drop regularly, like the film industry? Maybe I'm being too harsh, guys, but I understand there are technical and financial reasons for not doing this, i.e. it costs more to make a game now than it previously did. But from a technical perspective, why not build a solid platform and then just keep adding in minor iterations on top of it and develop a new fresh story every year or couple of years to produce a new IP? An example of where this is done perfectly is at Capcom. Capcom released RE7 on the PS4 and then combined that with RE2 and RE3 remakes. They're also in the process of creating Pragmata, another Resident Evil, the RE4 remake, as well as dropping Devil May Cry 5 remaster later this year. Now can anyone tell me these games have suffered from a lack of quality? I mean, perhaps you could argue RE3 with its length, but players still enjoyed nonetheless. Even then, we know the big release was RE7 and the other RE installments were supplementary, but still it quenched the thirst of the players and helped put Capcom back at the top. I think what we need is for gaming companies to dive deeper into this way of working and really begin to churn out more games for us. Because frankly, gaming is about having fun and playing video games, not waiting in age for the next one to drop. One could argue that game companies try and combat this through DLC content, but let's be honest, this isn't something that is executed well or happens often enough, and actually we are left with a rather long wait until the next one comes along. I also want to point out that I'm not saying let's concentrate on quantity over quality, but perhaps just take this Capcom approach of 1 or 2 big AAA releases in 5 years with a number of small releases to boot using that beautiful RE engine. What do you think? Perhaps I'm too harsh, but honestly, I just can't get over how I used to play Max Payne 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, all in the same damn console. It's madness when you think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments, alright? If you think I'm wrong, let me know. I love hearing your thoughts and communicating with our little community we have here. If you like the video, do drop a like, and if you really like the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're on our way to 200 subscribers. See ya!